So it's getting there. You know, we got the sound of the shield being absorbed, we got rocket firing, and it should still blow up when it hits the shield though, but I'm gonna work on that later. Yeah. But I've got the sound when it shoots the rocket. That's cool. Yeah. Destroyed, boy. What's up, everybody? Axe Wizard here. When last we left off on this sweet game, I think I just implemented some sounds. And I think the only sound I kept was just, like, my booster sound here. And I was working on implementing, like, gunfire sounds or whatever, and I wasn't happy with how that was turning out. So I've added a few more sounds over here. So, for example, I've got, like, sounds for, like, weapons. So for shooting a light cannon, like, that sounds cool. If I shoot, like, an explosive... yeah, sounds fun. I also got sounds for like selecting weapons and stuff, which I can play with later. And I also have a sound for when the shield absorbs a impact. So that I might change that one later, but that's what it'll be for now. And then I also have a sound for when a ship is when you actually get through a shield and it actually hits the ship. It'll play that sound. So how I'm going to handle it is the problem I was running into last time was if we go to my scripts here. So SCR sound control. So I was doing play sound and I was struggling with the idea, like, what happens if I'm playing multiple sounds? So what I was running into last time is I was shooting like 6 lasers last time, and it was basically playing that sound like 6 times layered over top of each other. And I didn't want that to happen. So what we are going to do is I'm just going to make it so that if the sound already exists, to just stop playing that sound and then play the new one. And I think that should get us by. There are some cases to where we might not want to do that, so I might try to add some optional arguments to this SCR play sound later, but we're just going to do this for now. So we're going to do if, let's see, audio file exists, are we already playing the sound? So what we're going to do is we're going to do if, and we're going to say audio, I believe it was is playing, and we're at the sound. So this will be boom, like this. It is stop the sound. So we're going to do audio, stop, sound. There we go. And now we're going to play the sound. So now that we've got this, let's go back to our, what was it? The SCR update weapons slot fire weapons or whatever. This big old honking thing. And what I'm going to do is that when we go to fire the weapon, yeah. We're going to play the sound of the weapon being fired. So now we also need to store the sound that we want to use for each weapon. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to put a big old fatty to do here for right now. So let's go back to our SCR weapon. So we need to probably add a field to this. So we're going to say, I'm going to say the sound that is played when this weapon is equipped on a ship, because I have a sound for that. So we're going to say equip sound, and it's going to equal SND. Weapon select 1. And then what we're going to do now is the sound that is played when this weapon fires. So we're going to say, I guess shoot sound. We'll just do attack sound. And we'll do SND, shoot light cannon. There we go. So now we've got this added. We can save this to this type, and then for these specific things here, what we can do is we can just add those. So I'm not going to worry about the weapon equip sounds for right now, but what I am going to do is attack sound. It's going to equal SND, and we're going to do shoot light cannon. I know it's already set to that, but I'm setting it here just in case I change that default later on. So weapon light cannon, that's what we want there. So I'm going to copy that. Weapon light turret, I think, is also gonna use that. And then weapon rocket launcher, I want to actually use SND shoot explosive. There we go. So now that we have that saved to our weapons, now we can come back here and we can do SCR play sound. The sound we're going to do is weapon slots, and we're in an array, so we're going to, or a loop, we're going to specify what iteration of that loop we're on. We're going to specify the weapon, and then we're going to specify attack sound. And I think that should be what we need. So, and then the priority was just going to be, I don't know, 10, I guess. Save. So now if we go to shoot this, if we go to play, this should fire the sound. Nice. Okay. I'm not happy with that rocket one, but you know. Yeah, so it's not like as loud as it was last time because it's not playing 4 sounds simultaneously, and so it's only playing 1. So yeah, and then I can add some variation to that. So like, for example, if I wanted to change like the pitch and stuff of that, I could, but we're gonna call that good for right now. I also wanted to play a sound when the projectile hits. So let's open up I'm gonna go all the way back up here. I'm gonna close all but this. I'm gonna pop open object projectile. And what we're gonna do, minimize this here. So if we're hitting the shields, what we're gonna do, play the sound of the projectile striking the shield. So we're going to do SCR play sound, and the sound we're going to play is SND shield absorb, and I'm just going to say 10 for the priority because I don't really know what to do for now. And then if we haven't returned yet, we're going to play the sound of dealing damage to the ship. And what we're going to do here is we're going to play SCR ship impact. Save. And there's also one other thing that I wanted to do as well. And that is, okay, never mind. I was going to play a sound for the rocket going through the air, but I don't have that sound yet anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. So let's just run it and see how this sounds now. Okay. Yeah, that sounds a bit off. Okay. So I've still got to pick some better sounds, but you know, it's not It's not terrible, it's just not great is the problem. Yeah. So what I can also do is that I can like I can add multiple sounds of like different types, and I can add them as like groups, and then I can play like a sound group, and it'll like randomize which sound you're trying to actually play, and that could add some variety to it. So that might be something that I might do. But yeah, we've got sounds working. So let's take a look at our sound system here, because we also want to be able to like add some options. So what I want to figure out is GMS2 function optional arguments. See script functions and variables. Index-based arguments, optional arguments. Okay. You can assign a default value to a parameter using the equal sign. Cool. You can omit arguments from function calls and they will default to undefined. For example, writing myfunc. Okay, so we can do commas to just... Okay, cool. So we're going to add some optional arguments to our sound stuff. So let's pop open SCR sound control. And what we're going to do is for... so we got the sound, the priority. I also want to add in something to like modulate it like a little bit. So for example, we can play it like a slightly lower pitch or slightly higher pitch. So I might add something like PS equals pitch skew. And what we'll do is what we can do is that, so we're going to default this, so PS is going to equal 0, right? So we're going to default it to that. Oh wait, this is loop sound. Yeah, that's fine. We're also going to add it to like the regular play sound as well. So let's do that here as well. Actually, you know what? We're not going to want to do that if it's on looped sounds. That's not going to happen. So what we're going to do here is PS equals pitch skew. If I could type, that'd be great. Pitch skew. And we're just going to do PS equals 0. And let's see. Audio play sound. What's your problem? PS only referenced once. I know, I'm trying to fix that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to comment this out. And we're going to say audio play sound. Oh, it also has the audio play sound has a bunch of optional arguments. So we can do gain, which we don't care about. Offset, we don't really care about. Pitch, I wanted to do iRandom range. So let's do var pitch equals iRandom range. I'm just doing this just for readability. Actually, we're gonna want to do random range, not iRandom range, because the sound is going to be 0 to 1 with like decimals. So what we can do is that we can do the range that we're going to pick is basically going to be negative PS to PS. And so what happens is if we supply in 0, this should give us a range of 0 to 0, which should be 0 and should never affect this. In theory. Yeah, we're gonna do 1 plus 1 plus. So I know we're adding a negative, which is essentially subtracting, but I'm just doing that just for, I guess, clarity, because we're basically going to take 1, because if you have 1, it's just set at the normal pitch. You can also go higher, I think, so it's not 0 to 1. It's, you know, 1 is the default, 0 is like super low. I think we're going to figure it out. So what I'll do is I'll just say pitch, and then, so now that we have this optional thing here, let's try it on our, we'll just say ship impact. So the offset I'm going to add is going to be 0.2. So let's run this and then see if it does anything different. Oops, I broke something. Play sound, argument 4, incorrect type, undefined, expecting a number. Gotcha. So I messed up. So let me see that. Where did that crash again? That was play sound line 32. So it didn't like this here. So gain, so this is argument 4. So it doesn't let me, interesting. So I have to specify these. So if I save this, this should work now, right? Okay, let's try it with the actual weapon fire. So if we go, come on. So fire weapon. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna say 0.3. This should be very noticeable now. So if I hit play on this, you see how it's like modifying that? So that way it's not as monotonous. So maybe we might just do 0.1, and that will prevent it from being as bad. Yeah, the shield sound effects aren't playing that well. I think it's because that sound effect has like a bit of a wind up. Yeah. All right. Well, let's find a better sound effect for this. So if we go to Pro Sound Collection, sci-fi. I mean, that sounds kind of like it's yeah, let's try that one. So sci-fi shield power on impact 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here to sound shield absorb. We're going to swap this bad boy out. Impact 1. So my problem with this is like this is a bit of a long sound. So let's try to run it now and see what happens. Because it has that burst at the start, it should be audible. That's gonna get annoying quick though. Yeah. So I'm gonna need to do some more work on this audio system for sure. So play sound. I wonder if I should have the option to stop the sound if it's already playing. I'm gonna default it to true, and SS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to play sound, ship impact. Oh, I didn't even do the shield absorb change. We'll do 0.1 there. And then for the skip sound, I'm going to say false. And I'm also going to say false here as well. So this should stop it from like stopping the sound if it's playing before playing it again. Now this could be a barrage of sound. Yeah. Huh. That's fun. I'm still not happy with that shield absorb sound. Nope, all this stuff is too sparkly and happy. It's not brutal enough. I'm not even sure what I want for like that. I mean, maybe we might do that one. I don't know. I'm not sold on that one, but Fireball Projectile Deflect 2 is probably the best thing. All right, well, what do we currently have for that sound? Yeah, that's a bit too involved. So let's go back up to the Fireball one. Was that it? Now I'm not so sure. That could be it, maybe. Because it's like dispersing the impact. Yeah, I think shield device small was what I was using before. Maybe that'll sound better now that it's not being cut. So sci-fi shield device small 2 was what I was using before. So maybe this will sound better. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay. Not happy with it, but it's getting there. Let's pick another sound for the ship impact. I'm not happy with that one. I know we got explosions here somewhere. Explosion, fire, gas, explosion, large. Explosions is where that's going to be at. So let's do explosion, fire, gas. It was explosion. Was it large? It was large 2. There we go. So that sounds more like a ship impact to me. So let's try this out now. Yeah, that sounds better. Look at that. Now we got some sound going. I also need to have like an impact for let's see, where's my projectiles code? Yeah, so we're playing that either way. I think there should be I'll probably have to store the impact sounds, so with the weapon as well. Because like the rocket, when it hits, it should play a different sound. Like it should definitely have like an explosion, regardless of if it hits the shield or if it hits the ship. Like there should be an explosion going on because it's a rocket blowing up. So I also need to figure out it might want to play a sound while it's traveling through the air in the case of like the rocket, where it can, you know, might have like a trail going as it's being fired. Yeah. So it's getting there. You know, we got the sound of the shield being absorbed. We got rocket firing, and it should still blow up when it hits the shield, though. But I'm gonna work on that later. Yeah. But I've got the sound when it shoots the rocket. That's cool. Yeah. Destroyed, boy. So this will be fun. Let's swap out my ship. Let's see, where is my create? I'm gonna do, I think I defined ship 4, which I just made it like all turrets, I think. Yeah, so it's got, there we go. we got like a, yeah, this thing looks cool. Yeah, we got some sound effects working. So this is getting a little better, but I think I've got enough visual and audio stuff going for now. What I need to start doing is I need to start working on the enemy AI, and that might be, I might start that next episode. Actually, I might start that tonight, which will still be next episode. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.